You know, the world of accounting right now, it's like a pressure cooker that's just about to blow. It's getting squeezed by these super complex regulations, clients who want more and more, and just a workload that never ever ends. The whole industry is on the verge of a massive change. And what's lighting the fire? Technology.
So let's break this down. How did we get here? And more importantly, where are we going? First, we're going to dig into the real source of all this pressure. Then, we'll look at the big pivot firms are making towards tech, explore the new digital tools they're using, see it in action with a really cool example, and then we'll wrap up by looking at what's next for the future of compliance.
All right, first up, let's get a really clear look at the huge challenges the tax and accounting pros are wrestling with every single day.
I love this question. It's the exact one a major new report from Thomson Reuters asked a bunch of industry leaders. And let me tell you, the answers they got, they paint a very clear and honestly, a very stressful picture of what it's like to be in this field today.
Just look at this chart. The way that first bar just towers over everything else, it's incredible. At 26%, the talent shortage isn't just another problem on the list, it's more than double the next biggest issue. For these firms, this isn't just a headache, it is a full-blown crisis.
And this isn't some temporary dip that's going to fix itself. The report actually calls it a chronic and ongoing problem. So when you mix that talent crunch with the constant pressure of massive workloads and tax laws that change all the time, well, you get a perfect storm that's putting a huge strain on firms of all sizes.
Okay, so faced with this perfect storm, the industry isn't just sitting back and taking it. No, it's making a really smart, decisive pivot to a whole new way of working.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. You can see the pivot right here. The challenges on the left, hiring, the crazy workloads, just trying to manage time, they're being directly countered by the new priorities on the right. Firms are totally shifting their mindset from just dealing with the pain to actively solving it. And that means making efficiency and growth the top goals. And get this, nearly half of all firms, 44%, have said that improving efficiency is their #1 most important goal. That's a huge consensus. So the next logical question is, okay, how are they planning to do that?
And here's the answer. It's technology. By a long shot. Firms are embracing automation and all these new digital tools to streamline how they work, to get rid of all those boring manual tasks, and, most importantly, to free up their most valuable and scarcest resource, their people.
So this huge push for efficiency, it hasn't just led to a few new apps. It has created an entire new ecosystem of digital tools. And we're not talking about generic business software. These are specialized platforms built specifically for the unique needs of accountants and, of course, their clients. At the very heart of this new toolkit is tax compliance software. You can think of this as the engine that automates all those complex calculations and form generations that used to take up hundreds of hours. It's really the first line of defense against burnout and human error.
But it goes way beyond just crunching the numbers. I mean, once you have the numbers, you're left with a mountain of documents, right? Well, platforms like FYI Docs are designed to solve that huge problem. They give you this super secure cloud-based system to manage all that sensitive client info, which, as you can imagine, is absolutely crucial.
And it's not only about tools for the accountant. A whole new industry of services has popped up to help their clients, especially new entrepreneurs who are trying to navigate this super complicated world of starting a business and, staying compliant from day one. So to see how this all works in the real world, let's zoom in and put one of these modern support services under the microscope. We're going to take a look at a company called Filing Fox. Now here's the fun part. Instead of just taking their marketing at face value, we're going to dig into an independent analysis from a cybersecurity firm called Griddensoft. This gives us a really objective look under the hood to see what actually makes a service like this trustworthy. And the first thing that just jumps right out is this really high trust score, an 80 out of 100 from Griddensoft's model. That's a big deal. It's a really strong sign that the service is legit and has a solid, secure foundation, which is exactly what you want when you're dealing with something as important as business formation. And that score isn't just some random number. It's based on real, concrete data. The review checks for key signals that point to a stable business. You can see the domain is over 5 years old, it's using a top-tier registrar, and its payment systems are secure. These are all huge green flags for a reliable online service. So what does a service like Filing Fox actually do? Well, it focuses on these core, often really time-consuming tasks. It helps entrepreneurs set up their LLC or corporation the right way, it gives them a registered agent to handle all the official legal mail, and it helps them manage their ongoing compliance. These are the exact kinds of tedious but crucial tasks that, when you automate them, save both the business owner and their accountant a ton of time and stress.
Okay, so let's bring it all back together. What does this massive shift towards digital tools, everything from compliance software to services like Filing Fox, what does it all really mean for the future of the accounting industry?
This quote from that same Thomson Reuters report, it just hits the nail on the head. All the routine stuff, the paperwork, the repetitive tasks, that's what's being automated. And the amazing part is, this isn't getting rid of jobs, it's changing them for the better.
This right here, this is the most important takeaway. Technology is not replacing the experts, it is elevating them. By taking care of all the grunt work, automation is freeing up professionals to become real strategic partners. It lets them focus on what people do best, giving high-value advice, building relationships, and solving the kind of complex problems that a machine could never touch.
And this has huge implications for everybody. If you're an accountant, this means your role is shifting. You're moving from being a technician to being a trusted advisor. And if you're an entrepreneur, it means these incredibly powerful tools that used to be out of reach are now right at your fingertips, making it easier than ever to start and grow your business the right way.
And all of this brings us to the final and most critical question. As AI and technology take over more and more of the paperwork, the real challenge, and honestly, the biggest opportunity, is figuring out what the new role is for the human expert. That's the question that's going to define this entire profession for the next decade.